Hi all, just the Wednesday paint table update really. The first thing I want to do is show you this. I've remembered where these figures come from. These are the Royal Naval sort of landing party, and these are foundry figures. And they're pretty neat actually when they're painted up. This is going to be one of the characters that forms the gun crew for the naval gun, which I've got on order, which apparently is going to be about a month before it gets to me, because the place that makes them only does the moulding when they have sufficient orders, so they reckon it's going to be about a month. So these figures are all done, so they just now need to hang around until they get a gun to fire. But I think they come out pretty smart, or pretty well actually. They look pretty smart. The detail on the trousers is pretty good. I think I've done that quite well, if I do say so myself. Anyway, that's those. This is the command stand for the 33rd, all finished with their flags. So the drummer at the front there, and the flag bearers at the back. So that's all done. So that's the 33rd complete now. So that's a complete regiment. Here's the regiment I started to paint up at the weekend. So if I just grab one of these, this figure here has had 2 coats of the red paint, and his trousers done. Nearly. I just spotted a bit of mist there. Come back to that. And these guys here have had 1 coat of the red, so you can see it's all nasty and transparent. So those 4 there are just waiting on their 2nd coat of red, but the rest at the back there are all done on the 2nd coats, and they all have trousers and hands and faces and things. That was getting terribly laborious, painting those, so which is why I've got 4 left, because I just couldn't face any more the other night. So I primed up some of the 95th rifles in black primer, and I've made a start on these guys. So literally all I've had is black primer, 1 coat of sort of flesh tone, and then a coat of green, which appears to have dried shiny. That's actually bone dry, but never mind, the varnish will take care of those. So I've got 8 of these guys that I've primed and based for painting, all at the same stage, just as a break really from painting the red. From what I've been reading, they all are supposed to have green trousers, like I've painted this guy. Ooh, like I've painted this guy. So green trousers, green jackets. The cross braiding and that kind of stuff was black. But I thought, you know, they're not all going to have perfect uniforms. So I've left some of the guys with their trousers just with the black primer at the minute. And I was going to do a couple with grey trousers, like these fellas, and a couple with sort of brown trousers, just to mix it up a bit so they're not all looking sort of pristine and identical. So that's those guys. So I was going to put them 2 to a base, in sort of skirmish style. I was either going to use square bases or round bases. I'm not quite sure which yet, but I'll have a look at those. I was going to prime the other ones of these up. I've got another 8 to go, but it started to rain, and I do all my priming outside, because I use Halford's black primer to spray these things up, and it stinks, so I don't do that in the house. So I'll just grab the box. So it's these that I'm doing, the Chosen Men 95th rifles from Warlord Games. So 16 figures. I was going to do 2 groups of 8, as I say, in pairs, so there'll be 4 bases. With the guys as the sergeant. So the sergeant will be with one group, and the officer will be with the other group. I just realised you can't see that. Right, yeah, so the sergeant will be with one group, which is this guy. No, it's not that guy. This guy here, I think. Yep, that's the sergeant. We can barely make out his stripes. There we go. So I shall hopefully get quite a way through these tonight. The flesh needs tidying up a little bit in places. They all need hair. He needs his sash painting, etc. So hopefully I can get through quite a lot of those this evening, and then I'll finish those 4 guys off as well. So get those all to the same stage, and then all they need is hair, and then painting the sort of haversacks can. You can see I've made a start on some of this stuff. I've missed the bottom of his trousers as well. I really did these quite well. So I'll go back and finish those bits off. But that's really it. That's what I've done in the week so far. So I'll carry on painting, and hopefully get this all done by the weekend. Bye for now.